an extremely difficult puzzling experience. Hi, welcome to Jigsaw Geek. So today I'm going to talk about a couple of things. First off, I'm going to talk about this puzzle. So this was a puzzle that I had started weeks ago, and it took me forever. You could tell like how difficult this puzzle is. I know I have footage of me talking along the way, and so I'm going to dig up that footage and then probably put it in here somehow. I'll just like mix it in, and then I have a bunch of photos that I took along the way. But I did not film the entire puzzling experience because I knew it was so slow going. It would have been torture to watch me put this puzzle together. But I persevered and I got this puzzle done. I loved doing it. It was hard, but I mean, look at that. It's so cool. As you can see, there is a piece missing. I hope I find it on the floor, under the couch somewhere, because who knows, I took so long to do this puzzle. Who knows if the piece is here or if it was missing when I bought it used. But isn't this stunning? Look what a beautiful, beautiful puzzle this is. So if there's footage of me with this puzzle, then I'll insert it here. And as I talk about my next portion, I might be putting in some pictures of doing the puzzle along the way. A friend at work bought me, she knows I like to do puzzles, and so she bought me 4 Marvel puzzles that came in a set. And I thought, why not do this with the kids at school? And so I'm going to show pictures of the puzzle along the way. I teach 7th graders, and of course I've been helping them, but whenever the kids, we're doing testing, and whenever they finish one test, we actually do 2 tests. And I'm like, if you need a brain break, you can go work on it for 5 minutes, whatever. And so the kids, a lot of them actually ask, they really want to do the puzzle. And so we've been making good progress. But I teach 1 grade level 6, and the 6th graders could not handle this puzzle. They would just go to the puzzle and try, but all they would do is like mess up the pieces and move things around when they were already organized, because they just, most of them, not all, just couldn't handle it. So I decided that I was going to bring them an easier puzzle. And Doug at the Auditory Vinyl, he sent me a box of all of these puzzles that were a set, and they're 300 pieces, 500, 750, and 1,000. And they're all kind of the same theme in the art. Very pretty art, you know, a lot of country scenes with like houses and roads you'll see in the puzzle. And so I took a 300 piece puzzle, and that's for the 6th graders. And, you know, I've been helping them while we're working on it. And so I'm going to show the progress of that one as well. So yesterday I was at a thrift store. There were 2 puzzles that I really liked. Let me find it. So the first one was this one, because I thought, oh, this would be a great puzzle to do with my students. Quick, you know, kind of a palette cleanser from the 1,000, but also the 6th graders could do this one more easily, I think. So 6th and 7th grade, because of the patterns and the colors, right? And so I thought this would be a good puzzle. So I grabbed it. And then there was another puzzle there from the Boardwalk series. And although I'm not wholly enamored with the art, it still really is a very pretty puzzle. And so I thought, wow, let me grab this. So I took it. They were actually closing, and I took it to the counter. I had one book that was $3, and then these 2 puzzles. And I didn't realize that the price was actually on the back. And so, you know, I'm at a thrift store, and I paid $6 for each puzzle. And you know, that's not a lot, really. But when you're at a thrift store, you really never know if all the pieces are there. So to pay that much for a puzzle, I was kind of leery. But I was already at the checkout stand, and I hadn't seen the price there. And, you know, they were closing in a hurry. So I went ahead and paid for them. So I'm just hoping that all the puzzles are there for my students. And I think I'm going to do this one today. So I'm actually going to film that and add this to the video. And then I'll come back and talk about it at the end. So I will see you in a few hours when I finish this puzzle. And if I don't finish it today, then I will, of course, I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. I did this puzzle over 2 days. The first day I worked for about 1 hour and 10 minutes, and that includes setting up the camera and all that. So I would say a good hour. And on the second day, I spent about maybe max 2 hours. I didn't really time it. I would say between 2.5 to 3 hours to complete this puzzle. Now, as I started this puzzle, I was separating all the pieces and turning them over, but I was putting aside the edge pieces, but I really wanted to focus on doing the lettering. The lettering was quite easy, especially because there were so many different background colors with the letters. And that part of the puzzle, which is about the top 2 lines going into the 4th. So when you think about it, it's about 1/6 of the puzzle just in the letters. That part of the puzzle was a lot of fun. And then from there, I think I started doing the border. As I was doing the border, I was seeing the different pieces with the different people in them. So I was putting those aside. And I did the people throughout the puzzle. Whenever I would find a piece, I would go ahead and put that in. After I finished the wording, I went ahead and finished working on the sky and the mountains. And on day 2, I went ahead and did mostly the bottom part of the puzzle, which was the path, and then the river and the deer in the bottom left corner. And finally, the last part was the trees. This was a joy to put together. 500 pieces, fast. I forget how much fun putting together a 500-piece puzzle is because it's quick and it's really satisfying. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the art. Now, the art on this puzzle, to me, looked like it was paint by number, especially when you get close up. Now, I don't mean to denigrate the artist at all because I actually think the puzzle style is more beautiful than I give it credit for. But it had these very thick strokes that did seem a little paint by numbers to me. But again, I really do like it. I don't know if there's another way for me to describe it. So here is the puzzle as it looks in its finished form. It's actually quite beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. And then I'm gonna go and start talking about the process of doing this puzzle. But when you actually look at the puzzle, I mean, you can see like very thick strokes. And it might be doing it an injustice by calling it paint by number, but that's just kind of the style it seems to me. So this is my first time to do a boardwalk puzzle. They come in very nice boxes. What was really fun about this puzzle is that all the pieces were pretty unique and never had one false fit. The pieces went together in very interesting combinations, keeping the puzzle experience fresh. Now, this puzzle had very thick pieces, but it wouldn't stand to the pickup challenge. So I didn't even try that. I mean, I did try it and I saw pieces falling out of it, so I immediately put it back down. However, this puzzle is very nice. The pieces are nice. The pieces are thick. They go together well. It doesn't have a snap sound when you put the puzzle pieces together, so it's not satisfying in that way. But every time I would put a puzzle piece in its place, especially with the weird shaped ones, it was just satisfying in a different way. This is a really fun puzzle, and I think that I'm gonna like doing more from the Boardwalk brand. I'm wondering what a 1,000-piece puzzle will be like from this company. So there you have 2 puzzles, one that I took a really long time to do, and then a sort of palette cleanser with this one. And so I want to thank everybody who was patient because I haven't put out a video in a while since I've gone back to work. Things are slowing down for me, but I hope to get back to at least 1 puzzle per week while I'm working. So I want to ask you to go ahead and hit the like button. Any comments that you put are always greatly appreciated.